Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are tonight's entertainment.
Hold on, Mary Jane!
We are sex people! 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Now, was I rushing or was I dragging?
You guys want to go see a dead body?
I know Kung Fu. Do it.
Get away from her, you bitch!
What's in the fucking box?
Hold on to your butts.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
So, Parth, what have you been eating? You're looking well, by the way.
Trent, thank you for bringing us in. I slept at a semi-decent time last night.
What time is that?
Like 1 o'clock a.m. But previous nights I've been sleeping at 2 to 3 a.m. and I wanted to sleep a little earlier because today I'm going out in the night and I wanted to be fully rested.
Well, for the fans at home, yesterday was Parth's birthday and he turned 20 fun years old.
Thanks, guys. I wanted to I wanted to set Trent up to tell the people so that I didn't have to do it and sound like an asshole.
Yeah, but we went to the liquor store and the man had the audacity to not give Parth a free vodka shooter.
Ooh. Yeah, it's pretty.
After
awesome.
after he didn't ID you, and so I drew attention to it by saying, "Haha, it's his 21st birthday," and then we paused and chuckled and waited for him to offer you a free vodka shooter that never came.
And the guy went, "Okay."
I only say this because on my 21st birthday, I got a free vodka shooter from the same exact man.
Yeah, but friend of the show, Jackson Clark, has also said that on his birthday, the guy did not give him a free vodka shooter. So let's just say Trent versus Parth and Jackson. What's different?
What's the difference?
Yeah, I don't know.
Brendan Lupetti, by this metric, do you think you'd get a free vodka shooter? Wait, it was just your birthday too.
Yeah, he would drink half of it and give me it.
We have a friend of the show on the show today, or a friend off the show who's just become a friend on the show. Brendan, or I guess I was just going to say Brendan, but didn't you say something about wanting to remain anonymous, or is that out the window?
No, well, I wanted a cool name, but like no, I couldn't think of anything in the shower this morning.
Yeah, so. No, thanks, Trent. Or Parth sucks, as it says on our site.
If you look at the screenshot on the Instagram, our current names are, mine is Parth sucks. Parth's is Trent should use his hard drive, and Brandon, yours is
Jobu from.
Is that from the film?
My original. I made it up.
My original name was Rakatuni, but then I was harassed for spelling it poorly.
It's just not. Well, it's not just that you spelled it poorly. It's not Rakatuni. It's Rakakuni. And then you made it
Rakukoni.
Yeah. So and then I made fun of that, and then you were upset.
No, he went through a tunnel.
Yeah. Oh, right.
And then
no.
First, and I had to leave the call.
Yeah.
First, he was fine, and then because before Trent was late to his own show.
By how much? Like 30 minutes?
Like 20, 30 minutes. Not a
no established time was said for when the pod was starting.
No, I said I can start in 10 minutes, and then you said okay, and then didn't show up. But no, Trent, it's literally not a big deal. And when Trent wasn't here, I was talking with Brandon Lupetti, our current friend of the show, and I was telling him how Trent doesn't use his hard drive. And then when Trent finally came on, I brought it up, or Brian and I were talking about it, and it got brought up, and then Trent was like, "I'm going through a tunnel," and he left. And
I didn't leave. I was going through a tunnel.
Oh, sorry, that's my bad.
I was traveling.
But he rejoined as Parth sucks, and I changed my name to Trent should use his hard drive, which he should. Guys, harass him. But to answer your question, Trent, I in the morning woke up, forgot that we were recording, and then was like, "Oh wait, we're recording," and then went downstairs, grabbed a handful of Lucky Charms, shoved them down my throat, and now we're here.
Are you a big dry cereal guy?
Yeah, I don't have it with milk.
Ever? You don't have any cereal with milk?
We've had this conversation, but I don't know if we've had this conversation on air. But when I was like 3, I think I was sick, like regardless. But I had cereal with milk, and then I threw up, and ever since then, I have had like a small like, ooh, should I? And so I've always had
You've never gone
cereal
back?
dry.
Wait, have you
Well,
had
I've gone back. No, I've had it like a few times, and it's not like terrible or anything. I'm just
And
like,
I'm sure you've had a glass of milk on a separate occasion since you were the age of 3.
well, I've had milk every day
In some
growing up.
capacity. Yeah.
like a glass of milk, but not with
but
Right.
with cereal.
not with my cereal.
That's where you draw the line.
As a kid, I would have a glass of milk with dinner every night. And looking back, I'm like, geez, that's why my bones are so strong.
But Trent, what have you been eating?
Well, I'll quickly say that what you have with cereal, I have with peas, because when I was younger, my mom, we were sitting at the dinner table, and she was like, you just need to get these peas in your system. And I was like, well, I don't want to eat them. And she was like, then you should just like take them one at a time, like you take ibuprofen, and you should just put one on your tongue and then kick it back with a glass of water. And so I did that like 10 to 15 times, and then my body disagreed with that as a way of consuming food, and I threw up. But it was good, because after you throw up, no one can make you eat vegetables anymore. You can just go to bed hungry. But what have I been eating? I just had a blueberry muffin from Trader Joe's.
That's wonderful.
Yep. Brandon.
Yeah. So me and Parth were talking about how shitty you are as a person, and then I was like, wait, Parth, shouldn't I eat something? And he was like, oh yeah. So I had this cotton candy from Brower.
I saw that in your car yesterday. Oh, you got it at the Brower at the carnival?
At the Boardwalk Bonanza, which was a fucking blast.
There was a Brower
Oh,
carnival.
wait,
Brandon?
should I not curse?
No,
Of course you can.
curse.
Brandon said that people were winning Nintendo Switches at Brower.
Dude, it was like Nintendo Switches, Xboxes, and flat screen TVs. But
That's insane.
it started
Right?
at 4, and we got there at 5:40, and we saw the last dude win the last Nintendo Switch, and the whole time he was clutching it to his chest, and like he was like talking to girls with it. It was crazy.
All we got on our meal plan was King Neptune night.
That was dude. Did you
remember
eat the alligator?
That was the thing.
Yeah,
I just
That was not a thing when
grilled-
we went.
No, there was fried alligator. It tasted
I just
like
remember going and seeing like on like the conveyor belt, just like hundreds of lobster.
Yeah, dude, they had lobsters. Every time they have like lobster bisque, though, the lobster's always like black. It's like,
Did you know to pay to get into King Neptune night? Like
Brandon
it costs
doesn't
you.
like when the lobsters are black. He really
Hey,
bothers
yo.
him.
whoa.
It costs 2 meal swipes to get into King Neptune night, or you could pay. And guess how much it costs?
Like $40.
$75,
Holy fuck!
which
That is
apparently
not
is
good enough.
which is somehow worth 2 meal swipes.
Alright, anyway, yeah, I had a few things of cotton candy.
So cotton candy is the first thing you're putting in your body in the
like,
morning.
Like I didn't eat last night. And wait, no, that's not true. I ate tater tots last night.
So your body's running on fumes, essentially.
My body's running on carbs and sugar, which is, I mean, really all it needs to run on.
Do you feel good?
It's good. No,
Are
it
you
feels like
gonna-
my
Are
teeth
you
are gonna
okay,
fall
Brandon?
Are you gonna teeter over in the middle of the pod?
out. Yeah,
We-
I might die.
Welcome back to Craft Services, where we talk about the movies. Each week we talk about a film and hopefully have a crew member of that film to talk with us about their experience working on the picture. This week we're talking about Everything Everywhere All at Once. Last week, who did we have to talk about it?
We had an interview with the cinematographer Larkin Seipel, whose name we saw on the screen last night, shortly after the conclusion of the film.
This is true.
But I was asleep during the fake-out ending, but you don't see his name there. But I love movies with a fake-out ending, don't you? Especially
Wait, you were
at the
asleep?
during the first time we saw that. So last night when I saw it the second time,
yeah.
I was like, oh. But I knew.
I was like,
that
wait,
the movie
you
didn't
just
end.
told me you didn't sleep the second time, and I was confused.
No,
for a second.
miraculously, as the fans should know, I made it through the film without falling asleep, even though it was a 10 p.m. showing.
Yeah. Can we get a round of applause for Trent?
I didn't waste another $8 with the student discount, I promise.
But yeah, so last week we talked with Larkin Seipel. This week we've got a new friend of the show, Brandon Lupetti, fellow Rutgers student, one of Trent's contemporaries, with us here to talk about the film.
Sorry for not being cool.
Um,
Or as cool as Larkin Seipel. Wait, Larkin?
Seipel, but thank you.
Ooh.
I don't want to comment on your coolness compared to him. I'd say you know less about the film, like you didn't work on it.
And just like in general, probably.
Yeah, and in general, you're like, he was really nice. Like, not that you're not so great, but like he was Not to put you under pressure. He was really nice.
Ooh.
But
Like also really
now I'm going to put you under pressure because let's just get straight into this. Brandon, can you give us a 10-word synopsis of this movie?
Yes.
Yeah, but I'll take away 8 words and I'll just say really good.
Wait, but like
no,
the
like
plot,
synopsis.
like that's not.
Synopsis.
Not a summary, not a review.
All right, synopsis. Asian woman is awesome. Beats up bad guys. Everything everywhere.
Wow,
you're not wrong.
Well done.
Yeah, thanks.
Do you think this is gonna be one of the episodes where we just stand around and be like, "That was a really good movie"? No, I really like the movie. Especially, the whole movie was great. I enjoyed it.
I think this movie definitely warrants that because like it was a really good movie.
Brendan did quote cry during the movie.
No,
and
I didn't.
then no, not last night. But didn't you cry the first time?
I was brought to tears for like 45 minutes, but I didn't shed any.
It's awesome.
Wait, you brought to tears as in you were clutching, but nothing came out?
Precisely.
No, brought to tears means means you
yeah,
cried.
I just. Oh no! I was like teary eyed, but I didn't. They didn't fall down my face.
I see. Yeah. Well, the real synopsis is an aging Chinese immigrant is swept up in an insane adventure where she alone can save the world by exploring other universes connecting with the lives she could have led. Trent, you want to give us budget and box office?
Sure. The budget was $25 million, and the box office, although it's still building, because we were at a pretty crowded theater last night, is $32 million.
This movie has had a really good word of mouth and has been like steadily increasing in revenue.
Yeah, I thought that it wasn't going to do that. Like, you know how The Northman is like flopping even though it's a good movie?
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
That's depressing.
But like, the A24 stamp goes a long way these days.
That's true. Should I get into production history?
We shall.
So, co-directors Daniel Scheinert and Daniel Kwan stated that they began researching the concept of the multiverse in 2010 after being exposed to this concept of modal realism in the 1986 film Sherman's March. Daniel Kwan described the release of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which also featured the multiverse concept, as, quote, a little upsetting because we were like, oh shit, everyone's going to beat us to this thing we've been working on. He also stated that, quote, watching the second season of Rick and Morty was really painful. I was like, they've done all the ideas we thought were original. It was a really frustrating experience. So I stopped watching Rick and Morty while we were writing this project. Funnily enough, I feel like so many multiverse movies have come out since they started working on the film to when the film actually came out.
Yes, but also I don't feel like they were guilty of like any particular overlap.
No, not at all.
Like with the multiverse, you can go in any direction. It's hard to.
It is funny that in like a 4-year period that we've had Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Spider-Man No Way Home, Rick and Morty did their multiverse thing, I guess.
All the Batmans are gonna meet. Nothing.
All
makes
the
sense
Batmans
anymore.
are meeting in the Flash, and Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse of Madness is coming out not too far after this movie has come out. Anyways,
how does one research the multiverse? You know,
they
Just
say
look
a
it
bunch
up.
of cool things. You know,
No, you just like make shit up and then see what sticks, I guess.
in early drafts, the directors planned for the main character to have undiagnosed ADHD, and through research for the project, Daniel Kwan himself learned that he had ADHD. The universe in which Evelyn trains in martial arts and becomes an action movie star features scenes that were inspired by Hong Kong director Wong Kar-wai. Daniel Kwan stated that the idea of the everything bagel created by Jobu Tupaki, quote, started as a throwaway joke. During pre-production, Jackie Chan was originally considered for the starring role, as the script was originally written for him before the Daniels changed their minds and reconceived the film with having a lead role as a woman, saying that the husband-wife dynamic would make the story more relatable. It was announced in 2018 that Michelle Yeoh and Awkwafina were cast to star in a interdimensional action film from the Daniels, with Anthony and Joe Russo set to produce. Awkwafina exited the project due to scheduling conflicts in January 2020. Stephanie Su replaced her along with the casting of James Hong, Ke Huy Quan, and Jamie Lee Curtis. The film marked the return of Ke Huy Quan, who had retired from acting in 2002 due to having few casting opportunities at the time. Filming began in January 2020, and A24 acquired the distribution rights to the film. Principal photography wrapped up in early March 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and thanks to Larkin Seipel, we know they did like 3 to 4 days of shooting during the pandemic just to get.
Wasn't it the rock stuff?
The rock stuff, the cut universe with the noodles, and I believe they had one of the fight sequences. I think they got Michelle Yeoh back for.
But he said it was like a blessing and a curse to be like 95% the way done. Because then you're like, oh, we're happy that you're this far along, but also that last 5% would be really frustrating.
Yeah. The film premiered at the South by Southwest Film Festival on March 11th, 2022, had a limited release in theaters on March 25th, 2022, and had a nationwide release on April 8th in the US by A24. Trent, hit me with some fun facts.
So the official IMDb synopsis used to read, a woman tries to do her taxes in an effort to prevent spoilers. I like that, you know?
Yeah, it's fun. It's cute.
An intentional mislead, a red herring even. On the day they shot the scene with the rocks, the weather was 118 degrees. It was so hot. Director Daniel Scheinhardt's shoes were melting. Parth, I almost brought this up. But now it's in the fun facts. There's a Temple of Doom reference where Ke Huy Quan yells at Evelyn to snap out of it. This scene plays out exactly the same in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, where Indy is under the spell by Mola Ram. There's also another one that during a montage, you hear him go, very funny.
Yeah,
and I thought that's
love Temple of Doom. It's easily my favorite of the Indiana Jones films, you know?
3 aces. I win. 2 more games. I have all your money. Ha, ha, ha.
It's poker, Shorty. Anything can happen.
Where did you find your little bodyguard?
I didn't find him. I caught him.
What?
Shorty's family were killed when the Japanese bombed Shanghai. He's been living on the streets since he was 4. I caught him trying to pick my pocket. Didn't I, short stuff?
The biggest trouble with her is the noise.
Hey, you cheat, Dr. Jones. You cheat. You did 4 cards. You say now. No step. No mistake.
Mistake.
I'm very little. You cheat very big. Dr. Jones, you cheat. You pay money. You owe me 10 cents.
Look at this. Look at this.
You accuse me of cheating?
You
cheated.
You make me poor. No fun. Play with you. No fun.
Parth is calling out the pretty on the nose racism in the film, but short round is awesome. So that has nothing.
Are you
going
to play some short round clips?
Wait, you think we would do an episode and not have short round clips?
Okay,
we've kind of phased.
Play a clip here.
I step on something.
Yeah, there's something on the ground.
Feel I step on fortune cookies.
It's not fortune cookies. Let me take a look.
Very funny.
And now play a clip here.
Indy, I love you. Wake up,
Indy, wake up!
Yeah.
We've kind of phased out of our Joker clips all the time.
Yeah, I feel like I don't do the impressions as much.
What's gotten into us?
I don't know. I'm not. Do I look like a guy with a plan?
Yeah, no, that ain't that the truth. All right.
Wait, this is off topic, but we'll do 1-star reviews right after this. But it's going to be 10 years of The Dark Knight Rises in July. 10 years of Bane.
I'm in charge.
Do you feel in charge?
Enough chitter chatter, you guys. We have 1-star reviews to get through. Brandon.
Yeah.
You have, oh
yeah, no. Thanks for being real professional, bro.
I'm sorry.
But, drinking water on the show.
I was thirsty.
Should I just choose anyone?
So you can choose whichever one you want.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Wait, like I kind of don't want the first one's kind of worthless.
Okay, then pick another one.
I think I want to start with the last one because this one is the most intriguing.
Okay. It
says by Gretchen gave it a who's verified on whatever this is. Said the acting was really good, the plot was terrible, and some of the scenes were very disturbing. 1 star.
What are the disturbing scenes?
Like I can only think of
I guess
the
like the hot dog
stuff
cans
as being a little like
yeah.
Because like it is a little gross, but
like... maybe the part where Evelyn like explodes in the baby outfit, like in the beginning when Jobu Tupaki is like.
Never do I walk away from a movie and I'm like, the acting was great, but the movie was 1 star. I feel like those are kind of like tied. I feel like if the movie was so bad but the acting was great, I'd give it 2 stars.
Yeah, 1 star is pretty significant. Like 1 star has to be like it was like a genuine affront to humanity.
If you're saying this main element is great, I don't know.
Yeah,
I can understand though, because like maybe some people can appreciate the acting and nothing else, but like if you have the capacity to like appreciate the acting, like you could also probably appreciate the editing, and maybe like the color.
So
but I just think I think like to say the plot was terrible is just to kind of confess that you're a little dumb.
Exactly what going off of that. Not to rip on the normies of New Brunswick, but Brandon, as you witnessed, we walked out of the theater yesterday, and there was a mass of people, and they were just like, "I don't even understand what's going on."
Yeah, we were walking past the bathroom, and these people were going to the bathroom. Like we were just over here, like that was so confusing. Like I don't know. It's like, dude.
They were like confusing movie, a lot going on. But like you don't know, like you don't get the general gist over the 2.5 hours.
Yeah, but the theater was erupting the whole time.
But
like they were.
It was that
cracking
laugh
up.
lines that I'm like,
Dog.
like these are the wrong parts to laugh really hard at.
It was just like not to mention another movie, but when me and all my roommates were watching the Batman in the same cinema, and people were laughing the entire time at just like fights. Yeah, and it's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, it's not funny. Kind of makes me pissed.
Trent, can I go next?
Stupider than us. Yeah, you go next.
So I'll do the one that Brandon skipped over because I think it's interesting. So this is from Mike J. And it says, Sonic, I love it. So cool, and Moon is beautiful.
Does he mean movie, or is it a full moon?
He said the moon, dude.
Yeah, I mean, he wrote Moon, and I wouldn't want to interpret.
So is this guy talking about Sonic 1 or the newly freshly released Sonic 2? Into the Sonic.
I think he's talking about the restaurant.
Oh,
wait, no, that's true. Are they the ones with the blizzard or whatever?
No, that's Dairy Queen. That's Dairy Queen. Wow. I worked at Dairy Queen for like 3 years, dude.
Wait, Brendan, did you have to do the flip?
Every GD time I gave
every goddamn day.
But I will say never fell out.
Not once.
I was a professional.
Does that happen? And you have to give them a free one? Well, because it fell on the floor.
People ask you to flip it in hopes that it falls out because Dairy Queen policy is that if it falls out, you get like free ones for like a week or something. And our boss was such like a stickler that he had a big sign that said under. We had a poster that said that, and then under he wrote in big letters, "Does not apply at this location."
Wow.
So kind of
then just take down the sign.
Yeah, at that point, like, why even offer up the policy?
If you have a sign that says "No walking," and then you write on it, "You can walk here," just take down the sign.
I mean, he wants people to come in hopes that it happens and
read the fine
print.
I see.
Yep, exactly.
So I'll read the final review here from an unnamed person, and it says 1 star, terrible, walked out after an hour, no idea why it has good ratings.
I can only imagine that person comes from an Amish family.
They were overstimulated.
Like overwhelmed.
Like they're just like, what is happening? Bro, what?
Yeah. I just found out about the Macintosh computer, and so there's a lot of shit going on.
Oh, yeah.
The Apple II!
The Macintosh.
Can we just make this a Steve Jobs pod?
Yeah, wait.
Parth,
can we play a Steve Jobs clip for
Wait, let's just play a clip from our interview with the cinematographer Alan Kukla. Here's Alwyn talking about his stylistic preferences.
I love directors who really try to avoid it themselves and, like who think of any possible way of avoiding it. Because I think, when you spend a week in front of a green screen, I think it drains the energy of everybody, especially the actors, because you...
Parth, remember the time?
Wow, this is kind of like the multiverse of craft services. Like
craft services
just coming.
Wow.
Craft services into the Craftyverse.
Yeah.
Parth, remember when I called you from a remote location to ask you about Jobs versus Steve Jobs because $5 were at stake?
Yeah, I do remember this. And you were right.
For the fans at home, when we were filming someone's senior thesis, we were out in the woods where there was no internet and there was only one landline, and so we couldn't look it up. But one of the actresses was like, "Oh, Jobs is the one with Michael Fassbender, right? And Steve Jobs is the one with Ashton Kutcher." And I said, "No, I'm positive." And she said, "No, I'm positive." And so we bet $5, and then we had to call Parth from the landline. And he told me...
Did she...
Trent, I heard...
Didn't
something else happen in the woods?
Oh, I think you were referencing a different woods. Yeah.
Yeah,
Parth,
I don't know what they're talking about, so I'm kind of left out of the loop, like the audience.
You could explain, Trent.
Like, I can explain, but I'll have to edit it out. Like, I can put a bleep. I'll put a bleep over it.
Do a long,
and so they just won't know what I'm saying.
Bleep. And then but make sure you get Parth's reaction.
So Parth, on George's set, as you may know, wait, you were there, but I guess I did it discreetly.
Yeah.
I really
wait, is this where you had to?
This is where I had to boop, and so I had to take a draft of the script, and I used
no, I know about this.
I used the title page and 4
I was there.
pages.
After you did the deed, you came up to me and you went, "Parth, I just wiped my ass with the script."
Because if I had to do it on set, like, I had to put a positive spin on it. But like, what was, like, you guys were like making fun of me as if I had another option.
I mean, like, you could just hold it in.
It was the beginning of the day.
I had to. Both Jackson and I had to, actually. We were discussing it. Anyways, let's get back to the episode.
All right, so we'll bleep all that out.
Yeah. Wow, the audience at home really is just like on a wild ride today, aren't they?
Trent, I think you should give the audience what they want.
Vignettes, anecdotes, or the discussion of the episode of the day.
Should we talk about our thoughts on the movie?
I'd say now would be the time. So Brandon,
you're our guest. Oh wait, no, Trent.
We break it up into what's working and what's not working.
Okay.
And which section would you like to start with?
Well, let me finish chewing this crust.
Wait, I feel like the reception has been very positive. So I say you added this to your Letterboxd top 4 as you left the theater. And so I say you speak on this before either of us intervene.
About what's working or what's not working?
I think
either. Whatever you want.
Either one? Okay, I think this is like, in my opinion, there's so little that doesn't work that it's like negligible. Like last night I was looking out for things that don't work. The only time I was like, ooh, was one insert when Joe Butapaki is like first encountering Evelyn after she comes out and she's doing all the wardrobe changes. There's one insert of Evelyn like getting out of the handcuffs that lasts maybe like 20 frames, and that was the only thing I was like, ugh. I think everything else in this movie, I think like all the holes are closed regarding the multiversal like kind of science. I think like every technical aspect hits so hard. Like I just think it all works.
So if I've got this right, the one thing that doesn't work is 20 frames of this movie.
maybe like 15 minutes. Maybe it's 15 minutes too long.
Wait, are you joking? Because I said that in the car on the way home.
Did you say 15 or 50?
I said 15.
Okay, so full disclosure, Brandon Lupetti, again, because Trent was very late, Brandon Lupetti and I were talking, and he said Trent thought that the movie was 15 minutes too long.
That I think that
5-0?
That this movie should be 90 minutes long? I said 15. So that's why I received such a response.
So,
because you were like repulsed.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think like 50, but like also like I disagree because
that'd be like if I watched Sonic 2 and I was like, yo, we don't need the second and third act.
Well, it'd be like if you saw Sonic 2 and said, Sonic, I love it, so cool, and Moon is beautiful.
I think it'd be like if I saw Everything Everywhere All at Once and I said, Sonic, I love it, it's so cool, and Moon's so beautiful. 1 star.
No, it was like I think he gave it a half a star.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
give it a half.
Oh, I don't know what service we're on, but this has half stars. But Gretchen, wait, okay, we have to give Gretchen the verified reviewer some credit because she gave it a full star because the acting was quote really good.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think like my favorite aspect about the film, I think, like, yeah, I was thinking about this last night as I was in bed. Ooh, Trent or Parth are nasty.
I know. Just cut
in
that
bed.
out,
I was
Trent.
like,
please cut that out.
I was thinking about why this film, like why it touches me the way it does, and I remember as a kid I used to think about, like I would just have these like daydreams, and I remember being in gym class in like 3rd grade, yeah, and I'd be like kicking a ball against a wall, and I'd be thinking about like what if the ball hit an atom in a certain way, or like I'd be thinking about when I was falling asleep when I was like 11, and I'd just be thinking about like what if like the like my sheets were contorted in a certain way to like create life or something, and it's these like total absurdities that are completely illogical and make no sense that this movie takes and like not only runs with, but like they make them work into a beautiful story. And I think it's like such a magnificent, like it's like fucking art in the way that it just like hits home to me subjectively in like every fucking way.
Yeah, Jordan Sikafus got up out of her chair and she said, "That's the most creative movie I've seen." And she said all year, as if a more creative movie came out last year.
Yeah. Wait,
who's Jordan Sikafus, Trent?
Friend off the show. Who?
Friend? Very good
like,
friend. Or just
yeah.
She'll come on for the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood episode, but no need to mention her until then.
Okay, wait, no, fair enough. That's my bad.
She's here to talk about Cliff and Cliff only.
Cliff Boot.
Uh-oh. Here comes trouble. Boom! Oh, man, right in the face. That was a smooth lead. Thank you. Dead number 2. I like that shot. That guy's a fucking prick.
Trent, what are your thoughts on the film?
So this was my first time seeing the second act, or I guess part 2, everywhere. And let me just say, it tied up a lot of loose ends, or it set up a good amount of runway for me to understand the third act, which prior I saw without context. And so it went straight from regular Taxes laundry movie into the inklings of something supernatural, and then I was asleep, and then I woke up and the movie was too far gone. But I really enjoyed it. Like, I was fighting sleep again, which was unfair, but it was so engaging, and we had to do the pod today that I was sucked in. And also, my main things are Short Round as an adult actor, awesome. Jamie Lee Curtis, awesome. Yeah. Fight sequences, awesome. All the weird alternate worlds, Rock World, Raccoon World, Hot Dog World, awesome. 15 minutes too long, though.
Yeah, I would say that while watching the movie, we were watching it with friend of the show Jackson Clark and friend of the show Sophia Alexis. Mm-hmm. And I turned to Sophia and I was midway through the movie and I was like, I'm not sure I get this movie.
Really?
not like in a plot. Like, I understood the multiverse stuff. That never bothered me. But I was kind of like, I'm not sure I know where this is going. And I'm not sure that I'm tracking a character progression. Because I was like, Michelle Yeoh's character is very unlikable. I mean, like, she's engaging and she's entertaining to watch because it's Michelle Yeoh, and Michelle Yeoh is awesome. But, like, I was like, I'm not sure I know where this is going. But the third act, I think, is my absolute favorite thing I've seen all year so far.
The third act is in all at once, like the last 20 minutes or so.
I'm not sure. Like, I saw this movie at this point almost a month ago, so like I don't like remember exactly if it's like literally part 3, but I think everything from when around the time of I spoke about it in our interview, but like the Wong Kar-wai sequence where he goes, the way I fight is by being nice, and you think I'm just being stupid. So everything
that was the part where I would say cried.
Like 10 minutes before that, from then on, I think that movie, it all clicked in. So I'd be interested to see myself watch it again, because I think one of the things that this movie does that few other movies do is have a point of view on life, and they do it a little bit in Swiss Army Man, but just being grateful for the time that we have, and that for the people that we have, and that our differences should not stop us from appreciating life. And I think that I really agree with that mentality, and I really agree with that point of view of the world. And seeing, my favorite movie is Spider-Man 2, and that movie is all about a guy trying to do some good, and everything in the world sucks for him, but he still pushes on to do that good. And I like movies that show that just being good, just being nice in and of itself is a really difficult and tough thing to be in this world. And I think this movie really beautifully illustrates that. And having Ke Huy Quan, who is in, he's obviously Short Round and in the Goonies, so it's cool to have him back, but having him in the movie and for him to be so fucking good and
so tender,
dude.
Like he's able to play the like aloof like dad, like, oh, I don't know what's going on, and then he can also play like movie star, like just like
and
that
the same fucking beat,
exactly.
Just with the
and he's not that visually good. He's just wearing a suit, and he just like holds himself differently, talks differently. And he's so good. And I think that once he delivers that, the way I fight is by being nice, everything clicks into motion and everything makes sense. And then suddenly it's a fight against nihilism. And that's what the movie is. And I really appreciate any movie that does that.
I get introspective during all movies, even if I'm just like stoned watching Fast and Furious 9. But so you can only imagine the amount of thoughts.
They go into space, bro.
You can only imagine the amount of existential thought that went through my head last night. I was like, I'm going to make some changes.
Yeah.
But Trent, you reminded me of a nut that I do have with this movie. The title cards, when they do come up, and it says everything part 1, and the order of the supers goes everything, and then part 1 comes up. I think part 1 should come up first, and then everything should come up.
This isn't a complaint, but this is just an observation that you may have seen. Last night, when there was the third title card, I think people thought that there was 33% of the movie remaining, and there was a collective sigh over the whole room.
I think, they were like, what? Like, everyone kind of...
Do you think anyone was silly enough to be fooled by the fake title card, or was it early enough to be foolproof?
No,
I felt like it was early.
So I saw it...
I
last night was my third time seeing it, and my second and third time I was with like different people, and it was also crowded theaters. And every time the false ending comes up, I would just like roll up my sleeves and like pretend to be packing up. And I see like people next, like the girl next to me this time was like, what? And then and then it zoomed out, and then the movie zoomed out. I mean, Ryan, my roommate, he was like, when the false title came up the second time I watched it, he whispered, he was like, dude, they're in the fake theater, bro. Like he totally called it. So,
well, I was just gonna say, I think this movie also does a lot for people with interesting relationships with their parents.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
yeah,
a lot of people with mommy issues are gonna have a good time with this movie. You know what I mean?
Well, that's like one of the things when you were saying Michelle Yeoh has such like an unlikable character. Like for audio listeners who can't see me, I'm a little Asian, and yeah, me mommy is like Korean, and although this movie, its characters are Chinese, I just like in Michelle Yeoh's character and Evelyn Kwan, there is this like stubbornness, and this kind of like, it's not even ambivalence, but I wouldn't describe it as apathy either. There's just like her character has a wall built between her and like the outside, I guess, society, and like this. The part of the movie that like one of my favorite parts is when Evelyn Kwan is describing Raccacoonie, and she said, and she's like, makes food, da 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 da, and she's like doing the pantomimes and everything, because like not only is her verbal language kind of, it's a little like handicapped to be able to like properly describe exactly what the plot of Ratatouille is, but also when she says Raccacoonie, and then Joy says, "Do you mean Ratatouille?" and she says, "No, Raccacoonie." Like that stubbornness is something that I experience like every fucking day.
And I also love
this woman
I
that
also
gave
loved,
birth to me.
I mean, my mom's not conservative, but like the scene in which she's explaining this is her friend. And
this is why you're why she thinks she's gay.
Yeah. And I love what you were saying about the wall. One of the things that I really love about her performance is that you can tell that the movie does a good job of showing kind of the cycle of the reasoning of why people behave the way they do and how that gets passed down. And I think she does in the writing and in the performance, there's a really like subtlety in knowing that she does love her kid, and that but she thinks the best way to show it is by being as tough as she can. And
that's in the first act where she's like, "Joy, let me talk to you. You have to eat healthy. You're getting fat."
Exactly.
And it's like,
I love that scene. And I love, I mean, the first time that she is able to see her life and like all the things that have happened in her, all the choices that led up to her life. I remember sitting there and being like, that could have been a short film. That was like, that in and of itself was so beautiful. And
especially this. Oh, so yeah.
No, go ahead.
The part where in the flashback, Wayman and her are opening the laundromat. Or no, they're moving into their house, and then he says, "You don't look happy," and then she says, "I am happy." Like, yeah, she's not happy.
Yeah,
because there's that
all these machines are
that yeah. Oh my gosh, that expectation of like you grow up and you have like a very narrow life path that you think you have to follow. Like you have to be successful, you have to be smart, and you have to like, I don't know, be someone like fucking capitalist or something. And then when those things fail, like, yeah, you have to put up the facade to the people you love, the people that are in your life. But at the end of the day, like, you are not satisfied.
Yeah.
And that was like, just like such like a deep cut portrayal.
Mrs. Wang. Mrs. Wang.
Mrs. Wang, are you with us?
I am paying attention.
Now, you may only see a pile of receipts, but I see a story. I can see where this story is going. It does not look good.
I was gonna say is I love I've brought it up a lot of like the point of view of the movie, but I love the sequence where Ke Kwan's character says, "In another life, I would have loved just doing taxes with you."
Taxes and laundry
in a laundromat, and doing laundry and doing taxes with you, and I think that
it's like such a nice sentence.
Other than being a cool concept, what the multiverse presents in this movie is that, sure, you may have had these other crazy alternative life paths, and it could have been maybe more exciting. Yeah, it could have been something. It could have been an amazing vocalist. You could have been an amazing martial artist. You could have done all these things. But at the end of the day, why not just appreciate what you do have and see that what you do have is something beautiful in its own right. You know what I mean? And I think that the few movies that utilize the concept of the multiverse ever use it in a way that illustrates something thematic. It's kind of generally just like a plot or just a cool thing to start off an action sequence or something. And I like a lot of the multiverse movies. But I think what this movie does is it bakes it into the point of Michelle Yeoh's character arc, which I appreciate.
So we walked out of the theater, and this could be another installment of Trent's Confused, Parth Explains. But Brendan said something.
This might be Trent's Confused and Brandon Explains.
It might be. But Brendan said something that I was not expecting, and he said the whole movie was this, and I was like, "You're joking, right?" And he was like, "Nope." And
should I explain?
Sure.
Or do you?
No, you explain.
Yeah, go on.
Brendan was basically like, this whole movie is about Joy's suicide, and I was like, "What?"
Well, let me explain.
Parth, are you also like?
I feel like I know what he's gonna say, but I want to hear him say it.
I thought it was about family.
I mean, yeah, the themes
huge. They go space in cars.
We're just the whole movie is, yeah. I mean, I think the biggest theme is not only family, but like what a family means when you can't express like colloquially understood family love. And like that's what happens when you're an Asian American family, is that you have these different cultures and these different reactions to loved ones that maybe isn't the American standard of like, I love you so much, and I'll tell you I love you every time I see you, and like I'll be extremely supportive of whatever you do. Like sometimes it's like, yeah, I love you, but because I love you, you're gonna be fucking great, and you're gonna go through life this way, and because I made you. And there's that sense of like, sometimes there isn't love, which I guess could be described as tough love. But I think that, yeah, like the suicide thing, Jobu Tupaki and Joy explicitly states that the bagel was made to see if she can die, because she was pushed so far by Evelyn to become like the greatest first jumper, that her brain became fried and she gained like this omniscience. She made the bagel, which she states in the film, to see if she can die, and she wants Evelyn to come with her. But when Evelyn doesn't come with her, Joy, the whole fight scene where Evelyn fights like Raymond does and like just fixes these people's lives, Joy is actively trying to kill herself in the bagel. And I just think metaphorically it's speaking on, like, that's just like,
I'm glad you brought up metaphorically, like maybe because I was going to say that I thought the same thing as you. But when Trent said this is about Joy's suicide, I didn't know if you were going to do like one of the YouTube, like, this is what actually happened and she was actually trying to kill herself. But like,
no.
I agree with you that this is about a daughter that's been maybe pushed too far and hasn't felt the love of her mother, and that's pushing her to a very dark place. And I
exactly. I think
on that point.
Yeah, mental health in this movie, I think, is a huge aspect, and I would go as far to say that like Evelyn's mental, like, comparisons could be made between Evelyn's like multiversal experience and trying to get the people around her to understand why she's acting like this. Like, she's telling at one point in the IRS, she has the whole spiel with Wayman, saying like, "That wasn't you in the elevator," and the whole point of that is to confuse non-alpha Wayman, and it makes Evelyn look crazy, and I think that could be tied with like, you know, just like mental health issues in Asian communities and in really any like minority group communities where, let's say, like bipolar disorder or like schizophrenia, like getting the people like you have an established like matriarchal figure in your community, and this person kind of with age like gets one of these like disorders. The threshold for like understanding is going to be significantly lower, because there's just like, maybe there's like a lack of comprehension in terms of like considering health versus like, oh, this is your fault for letting this happen, if you kind of understand what I'm saying. I think like this movie is so much fun and its concepts are like very absurd, but it could still be they can still be understood as like grand metaphors if you want them to be. And then like I think like the schizophrenia thing is like a very far reach, but I just like that the movie allows itself to be taken or interpreted. You could totally interpret it in this way if you want to.
Yeah.
And I like really respect
I agree
that
with
about
you.
the movie.
Yeah. I've been talking about all the stuff that I like. I'll get into like the few things that I think the few complaints that I have are really just in the middle. I think that while I really do appreciate the silliness, and I think a lot of people complain about the silliness in the movie and say like, oh well, this would have been better if it was maybe cut out. I think that the silliness is part of it, and it's about
we need to take silliness out of movies. Fuck that.
The movie's about embracing all of life, the good, the bad, the real, the important and the not so serious. And so I like that, but I think sometimes in their efforts to be funny or, whatever, sometimes a joke goes on too long. I don't even have a problem with the joke itself, but I think sometimes if you were to cut out or just cut down a little bit on some of the things in the middle, then the movie wouldn't feel too long, because I honestly think that first third I love, and that last third, I think, again, I saw the fucking Batman this year, and this is the best thing I've seen. The last third of Everything Everywhere All at Once. The middle is where I think things get a little bit muddled in terms of combining the thematic stuff they want to do with the plot stuff that they're doing, and it gets a little not confused, but convoluted, maybe. It's just a lot of things are happening, and I'm not entirely sure that they need to all happen.
Can you give a reference, when does the middle begin and end? Is it just when part 2 comes up until part 3
No,
comes
I
up,
don't think it's when the title cards come up, because I never really viewed those as
using those isn't even a good breakdown of the movie into acts.
Because the third one is all the way at the end of the movie.
20 minutes, 15.
So I would say that maybe it's when, after the Deirdre fight in the office building, the one where she's trying to get the martial arts skills, that point until the point 10 minutes before the scene where he's the way I fight is that. It's not that I dislike that section. I just think, again, I've only seen this movie one time, so I think maybe a rewatch would make me get it more, and I'd feel less I didn't feel the direction of the movie. But that section was where I felt, okay, what are we doing here? What is this?
I think something I liked about the movie, and is sort of illustrated by when the multiverse things are first starting to happen, and he hands her the paper and it has the instructions on it, and then on the flip side is the divorce, and I was this movie's doing two things at once, and I was and it's rope. It's the audience knows something they don't know, and then the comedy comes from the dramatic irony, but I think some multiverse movies could just go too deep down the rabbit hole, and then you're just in Wonderland the whole time. And I think it's good to have the IRS and to keep coming back to real life, and to keep coming back to divorce and to your everyday problems as a comparison to these bigger issues, because I just think I would have gotten overstimulated and tired.
Trent Jackson and I brought this up, which is that we were a little surprised that they never leave the IRS building, and we were we really thought it was going to be a huge thing, and I really appreciate how it's really just,
and to turn the IRS building into the other universes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's great. I never thought of it. Yeah, I guess they don't ever really leave while they're in this main branch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Wait, guys, I'm going to dip cotton candy into mustard real quick.
Are you serious? This is horrible.
I think I just did it.
This is disgusting.
This is staying in the edit, though. Dude.
Oh, it tastes like a pickle, dude. Seriously.
No.
Wow.
No.
Anyway. Wait, Trent, what you were saying with that, the sheet on two sides. Again, I was thinking about this, before I was going to sleep. This movie captures this sense of duplicity so well, and I think there's two parts.
Duality
where
or duplicity?
I think you meant duality.
Isn't duplicity
I think,
sneaky?
Wait, what? I thought duplicity is Two things.
Well, it is.
Wait, what did I?
Duplicity is yeah.
Wow. So synopsis and duplicity are two things I don't know. Right. Anyway, yeah, duality. I guess. I thought duplicity. All right, whatever.
But also like duplicate. I see where you're coming from.
Yeah, there's two outstanding moments of duality. The one where the flip side of the paper, and on each side people are seeing separate things, and I think around where part 3 comes up. No. Like 20 to 25 minutes before. When Evelyn is having the false low moment, and she stabs Waymond with a piece of glass, which kind of did come out of fucking nowhere. She stabs Waymond with a piece of glass in one universe, and right after, or right before maybe, in another universe, she signs the divorce papers. And it's putting these two moments together and saying these are the same thing, this is the same feeling. And I think it's wow, fuck yeah.
Guys, I think we've talked about this movie a lot. Is it time to enter the ratings gauntlet? Are there any last thoughts we want to get out?
Stephanie Sue, her performance is I think it's on level with Keys.
Oh, I was gonna say, I'm so fucking glad Awkwafina was not in this movie.
What,
dude? When you were reading,
she would have played Stephanie
Joy,
Sue.
dude.
Yeah, the daughter.
Joy, bro. When Stephanie Sue replacing her,
I think you need. Goodness. I mean, I don't know if she's. Someone said she was in Crazy Rich Asians, but I think not recognizing a lot of the faces is a good thing.
Also, just
the security guards and all the fighters.
Awkwafina would have pushed it too far.
I mean, I like Awkwafina. The Farewell is a good movie. It's a great movie, actually.
Yeah, Awkwafina, like Shang-Chi or whatever, which is really my only experience with Awkwafina. Yeah, whatever. But Stephanie Sue, fucking.
It's just this, the comedy came out in a very organic way, and I think Awkwafina, you would have been instructed when to laugh.
Are you speaking to Awkwafina?
If
right
Awkwafina's listening.
Yeah, let's hope.
Okay.
So I mean, this isn't fair because this isn't our show, but I have an Eye of the Duck for this movie.
Whoa.
Okay.
Wait. Okay, well, you're gonna have to consult the master, but
right. We'll ask Adam about this.
Exactly.
The first rock scene, the theater was rendered speechless, and they had our complete attention, and I was they're just saying everything that they mean right on screen with these rocks, and the rocks know that life is stupid and that we're small.
Just be a rock. But right when that scene came on, Jordan whispered to me, I get why you like this movie. And it was 5 seconds before that rock scene came on. And then I didn't respond to her. I think she thought I was being mean.
No, but how simple googly eyes on a rock are as a narrative device.
So good.
They don't even need to move.
Insane.
Shot reverse shot on rocks. Text on screen with rocks.
Yep. Dude, my first viewing would also the best one just because it's the first time. The only sound, when that rock scene came on, all you heard was the fan in the theater, or maybe the projector hum, and our fucking heartbeats. And it was it was insane, dude. So good.
All right, is it time?
Yeah, Parth, rewatching it this time, I was wow, if I'd seen the entirety of the movie, I would have had so many more questions for Larkin Seipel.
I know.
There's so many crazy shots in this movie.
There are.
Even just Ratatouille's flying through the air.
The
raccoon Ratatouille is flying through the air, and I was how'd they do that?
Yeah. Wait, it's not hard to pronounce Ratatouille.
It's a change of one consonant.
Talking about raccoon Ratatouille. All right, Brandon, you just dipped your cotton candy in mustard, so I think you're in no position to criticize other people's lives.
Tastes like pickles.
Do you want to enter
the
ratings gauntlet?
Yeah, sure. What is
the ratings gauntlet?
I'm unfamiliar
you have
with
to say.
It,
Well, there's the first thing we have to do.
Wait, should we drop the bomb?
All right, so Brandon, when we say the word gauntlet, a nuclear bomb sound effect starts to go off, and then I'd say about 10, 15 seconds from now, it's gonna hit, and we have to scream for our lives. Oh no, I can feel the heat.
It's melting! My body, it's gone! My atoms, they're splitting! They're dead! I'm in the multiverse!
Brandon, watchable this movie is? Would you recommend it? And what your rating out of 10 would be?
The bomb killed us, and now we're in podcasting heaven.
So do you want me to just shoot?
Go ahead.
Rewatchability, considering this is my third time watching it in like a month, I'd say like extremely high to very high.
So you started with extremely, and then you went down to very high? Okay.
Yeah. Wait, what was the second one?
Recommend.
Oh, recommend.
We know this.
Like I would recommend this. I feel like if like Donald Trump watched this.
The
like,
subtitles,
there would
bro.
be
Subtitles.
Some problem. Oh, that's right.
But like everyone's.
But I would recommend this to everyone.
Mom should watch this.
I want to watch it with my mom really badly.
I want my mom to watch it separate from me, so we don't have to have a really intense conversation on the drive.
And my rating out of 10, like 9.9 repeating.
Wow, it's pretty close to 10.
Asymptotic.
You can
also
just say 10 if that's what you mean.
Well, technically, mathematically, 9.9 repeating is 10. So,
yeah.
Okay, Parth.
Wait, but I just want to say, I forgot to mention this earlier. The scene. Actually, I'll save it till after the rating gauntlet. And then
this is your last real opportunity to speak. I say just say it.
All right. Well, there's a scene. Sometime around the end, at the party, in the laundromat. I think while Jobu Tupaki is like giving that spiel about how nothing matters and that they should both die in the bagel, and there's one just like B-roll shot of that old man whose wife used that perfume in the beginning. There's a shot of like Evelyn is grabbing cookies from the table, and the man comes from behind her to grab cookies in a way that would like he's like making it so that he's leaning up against Evelyn and like grinding up on her like in a very creepy way. Yeah. Because he's an old creepy white dude with an Asian fetish. And like that scene is so specific and like incredible. Like it's just such a fucking crazy cut that they made, because I've seen like my mom's a nurse, and I remember when I was like 12 or something. I remember, and this like sounds pretty fucking gnarly, but I remember like being 12 and like accompanying her to a nursing home, and she was like this like Asian woman, female nurse, and these old dudes would like this one old guy would just like bump into her from behind. And I remember being really young, and my mom's like super naive and like very kind, and she's like, "Oh, are you okay?" And he's like he was just like an old fucking dude. And it's like, bro, like, wow, like this is something that happens, and it's like in the movie fucking perfectly done. It was like no you wouldn't catch it unless you understand like this is why. Well, maybe, I mean, like, you probably would catch it, but like
no, I mean, I didn't catch it.
I
like wonderfully done. Yeah, right. Yeah. Isn't it crazy? Yeah. Life is crazy.
The powers of not being white.
But that guy, that you'll notice. Yeah, that old,
like,
exactly that old guy in the nursing home is probably dead by now, so we don't have to worry.
Nothing matters, guys. Just be a rock.
Wait, that is what the point of the movie. So I'm glad you brought that up. Trent, do you want to give your?
Is that like the inverse takeaway of the movie?
Yeah, that would be if you like read the movie completely incorrectly. I guess that would be
what that everything matters.
That nothing matters, and that.
I mean, that's what they say, but like.
Well, like I feel like everything mattering and nothing mattering are like kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, syndrome.
Exactly, right? I was just gonna say, if everyone's super, then no one is.
Yeah. You said that like the Joker.
Guys, I went through this whole bag of cotton candy.
Your body. I'd hate to be occupying it. I'll say rewatchability, yes. Recommend, yes. 8 out of 10. Like 8.5. If that makes everyone happy.
Wow, Trent and I are looking like brothers in blood right now.
More than ever.
I would say I would recommend this to anyone and everyone, everywhere, all at once,
all the time, right now.
I've not yet rewatched this movie, but I really want to, so take from that what you will. And I would currently give this an 8.5, but I can see this jumping up a whole one. Like I can see this going up to a 9.5. But that's.
Wait, can I ask you guys a final question?
Personal question.
Like, do you guys what like? Can you name one movie that you prefer to this?
Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2.
The Matrix.
What about you, Trent?
Well, I can't believe we didn't talk about The Matrix during this movie because like Matrix and Scott Pilgrim are like huge influences. Am I crazy?
I think Matrix is more overt, but Scott Pilgrim, I definitely thought of it. I don't know that they were thinking of Scott Pilgrim.
Like maybe Scott Pilgrim did the Mortal Kombat style, and then this took the Mortal Kombat style, and then so now I'm just thinking about Scott Pilgrim in the middle of those.
Well,
two
no,
things.
I mean I think it's similar, also in the way the aspect ratio changes, and
also like
those were
also
so
a movie
nice.
that takes place in the real world for like the first act, and then big jump.
Yeah, no, I get where you're coming from, but
wait, but Trent, name a movie you like more than this.
I could name 4 movies.
Alright, go ahead.
We've got David Fincher's Seven. Rob Reiner's Stand By Me. Fast Times at Ridgemont High and Jurassic Park are my current Letterboxd top 4, and sadly, it'll stay that way.
Still a good movie that you should watch.
Yeah, I mean, Jurassic Park is Jurassic Park. I mean,
Wait, Jurassic Park's kind of like that would never happen.
Okay,
so
it's an adventure.
This movie
65
was really
million
great.
years in the making.
Thanks for taking the time out of your day to listen. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify. Go give us a good rating. Go follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Thanks to Brent Lupetti for coming on to this episode.
Yo, Jurassic World Fallen Dominion out June 10th. It's true.
Yeah, that's the takeaway. Jurassic World Fallen Dominion, coming to a theater near you, June 10th.
On June 10th?
Yeah.
What are we gonna do when that movie is a multiverse movie?
Wait, you mean T-Rex?
Well, the dinosaur in it is like a Joker. So.
Did you hear that, Brendan?
What? That the dinosaur's like
someone
Joker?
described, yeah, but also...
The director, not someone. The director said that the dinosaur is like the Joker.
Like
wait, guys.
He just wants to see the world burn.
He's hunting for sport. He's not even eating them.
Shoot her! Anyways.
I don't know how I got these scars.
Aren't you excited for the T-Rex to just be like hanging out in like the continental US? So find us on
Fallen Dominion.
So find us on Spotify.
I'm an agent of chaos.
Apple Podcasts. Write a five-star review.
This podcast is like a fucking mess right now.
Rate and review our show.
Trent,
Tell a friend.
Have
it
fun
really does
editing
help.
this.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, fuck you, Trent.
What do we have going on next week?
We have our interview with Bruce Curtis, production designer of Apollo 10.5, and a whole lot of Richard Linklater movies.
Wait, Bruce
Curtis
personally? Bro, we got
the production designer of Apollo 10.5
and a bunch of other Richard Linklater movies.
What?
Yeah. So go join us there. Bye, guys.
Bye.